Gentlemen, this is after the show here, night number 10 of Summer Series, right here at the backyard outside Toyota Arena, Ontario. My name is Nick Nack, host of the night show, 99.1 KGGI, Monday through Friday, 7 to midnight. Enough about me, that's not why you're here. Ladies and gentlemen, to my right, to your left, the incomparable, the legend, Mr. Norman Carter of the legendary Delfonics. How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm just thankful to be out here tonight and see the crowd just seemed like they was so caught up in the moment. So that just made me feel good.
Listen, I'm still caught up in the moment. I'm still caught up in that moment. I'm caught up in this moment right here. Just being able to introduce you on stage. I've had quite a few legendary moments in my career. You know, moments on stage with people like Art LeBeau and with other what people would call legends in the game. But this was something special for me tonight, Norman. This was just what an honor, and people get to introduce you all the time on stage. I mean, you probably got another show tomorrow night. I was just talking to Bo Rock of the Dove Shack, and he was saying that he can only wish that he could still be rocking at your age, at the vibration that you're still rocking at this point in your life. Did you ever think that it would last this long for you, and you would still be going this hard?
You never think it's going to last as long as it did. But I can tell you, I've seen Smokie Robinson lately, and Smokie is like 82.
Doesn't he
You know
look
what I'm
good?
saying? And if he can do it, I'm saying, why
Yeah.
can't I?
I don't know, man. Something in the diet. I don't know what this man's eating, but Smokey Robinson is doing it right now.
Exactly.
And you sound so good. You sound so good, Norman. I mean, okay, what is it? I mean, at this point in your career, Norman Carter, do you still do vocal warm ups before you hit the stage? Because let me tell you something. About 5 minutes before Norman was hitting the stage, he was backstage digging in some chicken wings. I got him backstage. I was like, "Yo, Norman, you're on in 5." He's like, "I'll be right there." So, what is your warm up before you hit the stage? I mean, is it the spicy wings, or what are you doing
Well,
to
you
get
know,
to get the pipes ready?
well, when I'm getting ready to go on stage, first of all, I make sure I take me some lemon
Mhm.
and some honey.
Right.
And I try to limit talking loud or even talking a lot. Just rest my voice. I've got a good night's sleep last night, and I pretty much just relaxed during the course of the day. So for me, it's just getting enough rest because when you get to my age, you don't have the energy. What energizes me is when I get on that stage.
The energy from the people and
Exactly, right,
the
right.
feedback and all that.
And then the songs, those are the songs of my youth.
Mm.
So it makes me reminisce but when I was 18, 19.
Well, do you have any Do you remember any crazy stories from back then? I mean, this was a while back. Times are a little different. I mean, what's the difference between doing shows now? I mean, there's a lot of big differences between doing shows now at this age and then doing it when you're 18. But I mean, I'm sure you had some wild times on
Well,
the road.
the biggest moments that I've had is being able to meet the guys who were the legends back then.
Right.
Okay, like one of my favorite was Sam Cooke and Jackie Wilson. Okay, Mr. Jackie Wilson, this man was unbelievable. So when you're young, the excitement is seeing the legends.
Right.
Okay, I
Right.
met Smokey in 1963 when I was 14 years old.
Do you remember when you met him? The moment you met him, Smokey Robinson.
It was at the Apollo Theater in New York. And I just happened to sneak in back door, and I'm a little boy, so they kind of didn't pay no attention to me. But to meet the guys like the Temptations, oh my God, okay. So that was the excitement, and when you're young, you're just going through the growing up process. So you don't really even think about what you're doing because you're just going through it.
Right.
It's when you get older, you start to just think back
Mm.
in times. Yeah.
Mm.
It's been a good journey for me. Singing is all I ever wanted to do anyhow. So to still be doing it now and like you just said, to still be able to maintain the level of voice that I still have because this voice that I sing in is called a falsetto.
Right. Right. It's
It's
falsetto.
easy to lose that as you get older, as opposed to singing in your natural voice. But I didn't do the things that, my counterparts did. Didn't drink, didn't do drugs, didn't smoke, all that kind of stuff. And, God bless me. Some people could do all the right things because three members of the Delfonics are no longer here with us.
Correct.
We're talking about Mr. William Hart,
Correct.
Randy King,
Randy King.
and a gentleman that had a big hit after he left the Delfonics, Mr. Major Harris. The song is called Love Won't Let Me Wait. Okay?
Talk about it.
That was the core of the Delfonics there. So there's one gentleman still alive, and he's the brother of Mr. William Hart. His name is Wilbur Hart. He's the one that sang lead on the song, Hey Love.
Hey, love.
Right. Yeah. Turn your head around. Take off that frown. You're in love.
Norman, when you did that song tonight,
Oh,
I panned I was, recording on my phone. I panned it over to the crowd and just seeing everybody, the excited looks on their faces. Because when I was growing up, before I was even hip to the Delfonics, I heard that song through a sample by the Notorious B.I.G.
I remember that.
Okay.
Yes.
And
he called it Player Hater.
yes, he called it Player.
Yeah, right. You know what? It's funny because, and this is a sad story, because the night that he got killed, I was at the event.
You were at the event?
It was at Wilshire and Fairfax.
Right, in L.A.
And I was in Vegas when Tupac got killed.
Oh,
I went
wow.
there to see Mike Tyson fight.
You were there at the
And I
Tyson fight?
saw him and Suge Knight as they was coming into MGM Grand,
Wow.
and it broke out into a fight.
Wow.
But I was just at two
Wow.
unfortunate places.
Right.
But like I say, man, I'm enjoying this, and my son Damon is really doing a hell of a job promoting me and making sure that he takes me from my home to the event and take me back home.
Shout out to DJ Minus, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's a legend himself right there,
I remember that kid when he was 12, 13 working.
Hey, tell me
for
something
Motown.
about Minus that people don't know about Minus
Well,
from
you
like
know,
back in those days.
You know what? He was a charming little kid. If you see pictures of him, he had so much hair on his head. And you know what? He would just hug people. He would just hug people, He was a good kid, really a good kid, I'm glad to see that he's, grown up now. He's a grown man. He has two beautiful daughters, and he's helping me. He's only been with me now doing this for about 3 years.
Oh, wow.
But it's turned it so much around for me. So I'm enjoying this, man. I can't ask for nothing else.
Listen, this is Norman Carter of the Delfonics here, 99.1 KGGI. I cannot wait to have like more of a full sit down with you so we could do this in length and get the full Norman Carter story at KGGI in Riverside. I hope we can make that happen soon. Norman, you're a legend. You already know this, and I'm sure I'm one of a million people to tell you this, but this is just such an honor for me. I do have one last question before we get out of here. You look so good tonight in your wardrobe. Okay, my man, you guys want to zoom in? Listen, what is that, velvet? Okay, this guy is looking smooth. I used to tell Art LeBeau the same thing. Art would always come out on stage on his Art LeBeau shows in his robes and just looking so fly.
I did that man show for 26 years in a row. The Valentine's Day Love Affair contest. And he would always tell me, he said, I love the Delfonics. I love the Delfonics. I love that man. Oh,
Wasn't he amazing?
Yes.
LeBeau.
We still can't believe he's not here with us, but he is in spirit.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And he lives on through people like yourself, through the
Absolutely.
music that, he will play on a show every Sunday night. My question was going to be, who does your wardrobe, man? Are you do you pick out your clothes? Does Minus pick out these jackets for you, the matching hats and all that?
Man, he don't even like these clothes.
My man is looking good, man. Do you have like a stylist or anything that puts your stuff together for you, or
Not really.
you just be having this in the closet,
Let me tell you something, okay? Most of the stuff I wear, I buy them downtown L.A.
That's what's up.
Okay, they got some stores down there, man. Like, and man, I got so much clothes. I ain't got enough time to wear all the clothes I got.
I bet.
But I try when I get on stage, to look as good as I can. Can't look as young as I used to, but I can sure enough make sure I look as good as I can.
Well, you're looking as young as ever.
When I first saw this jacket, I just walked in there and bought it. Didn't even ask for a question.
Gotta have it.
Yes. So.
The matching hat and everything.
Okay. Yes, sir. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Norman Carter of the legendary, incomparable, the Delfonics. Thank you so much, legend. I appreciate your time.
And my pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right, we out of here, y'all. Peace.